Ladies and gentlethems, welcome back to another episode of The Jaking Off Show. This episode of The Jaking Off Show is brought to you by Fnxfit and Liquid Death Mountain Water. Let me tell you about the first sponsor, Fnxfit. First off, go to Fnxfit.com and type in promo code JAKEOFF and get 15% off of all orders consisting of protein powder, merch, fitness stuff, collagen, krill oil, immunity support, the whole thing. Now here's what nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about immune support. I use the immune booster complex that has elderberry and zinc in it that keeps me running smooth and keeps everybody healthy, and we don't have to worry about spreading no germs. We don't have to worry about any of that, right? No one's talking about that, but you guys aren't ready to have that conversation. Second sponsor, liquiddeath.com. Go to liquiddeath.com and murder your thirst. Type in promo code JAKE and get $2 off of any order. When you click the link in the description below, make sure you type in promo code JAKE, get $2 off of any case of Liquid Death or merch, and make sure you let them know that the Jaking Off Show sent you. All right, let's start the show. Ladies and gentlethems, zazers, waitzers, waitresses, none but everybody, welcome. Hi, how you doing? I just got back from a life-changing event in my life. It was a big owl wedding. You've talked to me about it before. No, you guys, not you guys have talked about me. I'm too high. Too much marijuana. Branding is hard to do when making the words go. Yes, we're already talking wrong at the top of the podcast. Great. Excellent. We're doing great so far. I just went to a wedding in Burlington, Vermont. Let me tell you guys about that trip. Okay, look, there's no direct flights from Oklahoma City to Burlington. So, what was decided amongst the powers that be over at Spectrum Airlines? You know, it's one of those things, you want to know, one of those programs where they let all the people with special needs work at a grocery store or bagging groceries or work at a bakery or whatever. They all work at Spectrum Airlines, where we're going to flappity flail our way to your final destination. We're going to sort all the suitcases by color, and we have to start over if we get it wrong. And put your mask on! Put your mask on! Ah! Freaking out. Why do we have to have two connecting flights for what should have been a 3-hour flight? Why do we have to have a 4-hour layover in Detroit, Michigan when I should have went to Burlington? Here's what happened. OKC to Atlanta to Detroit to Burlington. A fucking zigzag halfway across the country that took me 12 hours both trips. What the actual flying fuck? Spectrum Airlines, what's going on here? This is your pilot. There's not enough people to fly from Oklahoma City to Burlington. So we're going to have to pick up a bunch of people along the way because everybody here is not going to Burlington. We have to wait. We have to do it specifically in a specific order by color, by alphabetization, all that. It's retarded, is what I'm trying to say. Asperger's Airlines, Autism Airlines, you know, what? Why? Look, isn't everybody supposed to be dead from COVID? Let me tell you something. I took a trip out to Oklahoma to scope out the scene out here right when the pandemic hit. You guys remember that? If you're just joining me, if you're new to the Jaking Off Show, you might not know that your boy decided to go out of town on Friday the 13th of March of 2020. What a great idea that was. Take a week off work, spend some time with some family, just get away from it all for a little bit. And then, boom, lockdowns. No St. Patrick's Day. No fun. Zero fun. You can't even go outside. And on the way back from my week-long vacation, staycation rather, you know how many people were on the plane? 15 people. 15 people on the way back. So, that begs the question. Why does it matter how many people are flying from one direction to another? I get that it's expensive to fly only a few people, but can't you make an exception for little old me? Can we not have a 12-hour flight where the layovers are longer than the flight itself? I could have taken 3 hours. Could have been a 3-hour flight. Nope. We had to stop. We had to stop in 2 fucking places and wait twice as long for a plane to come get me. Now, I'm complaining because this is funny to me. It's just funny to me how people will not comply with petty stuff. There was already a passenger making a fuss over, oh, my mask doesn't fit over my nose. It can't go over my nose. The flight attendants were like, hey, we can just give you one. We have extra ones on board. Oh, mine usually works. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because your nose is too big from fucking lying to yourself, sir. Why does the whole world have to stop? The whole plane's got to stop because your fucking mask doesn't work, right? According to the flight attendant. It goes over your nose. Now, I ain't fucking around with that. Whether there's Karens on both sides of the whole thing. Both sides. There's Karens on both sides, all right? I carry that mask on me because someone's going to be like, hey, put your mask on. You're a fucking murderer if you don't put your mask on. Okay. Or, hey, you're a fucking pussy. Take your mask off. COVID doesn't exist. Okay. Whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just a piece of cloth. It's just a piece of cloth. And yet we're making a whole big deal of it. As we should. We reacted out of fear. This is old hat. I know. We've all talked about it amongst our friends and amongst ourselves. The whole fucking experience should not have to be ruined because one person decides to fall out of line and not be a part of the travel hive mind that is Spectrum Airlines. You gotta put on your mask. You gotta make sure your bag fits in the overhead. If it does not, we have to check it. We have to start all over if it doesn't fit. We have to take all the bags out. Come on. What are we doing? I'm lucky I didn't fly Southwest. I wasn't going south or west for that matter, but I heard a lot of people are going to go on strike because of a vaccine mandate. Now, let's talk about that for a second. Some of you might know how I feel about that. Some of you don't. Now, although I think you should get vaccinated if you're have an autoimmune issue or it's going to affect your work and you do it for completely selfish reasons like me, where it'll limit my work. Those who don't, well, there's a way around it. It's your choice. Whatever you want to do, it's your life. But maybe if negative testing is enough, which I'm hearing it's not anymore, but if it was, you're going out of your way to prove that you don't have COVID and go to work, and yet you choose for some fucking reason not to get the vaccine or whatever. You're going out of your way. You should get a little small 20 for going out of your way, being inconvenienced. Now, you'd think there'd be bonuses for getting the vaccine. No, I don't know. People react too strongly to this. The point is, there's Karens on both sides. So it doesn't matter what happens. And it's not going to matter in 6 months after you get your second dose of whatever. You'll go back to being a second-class citizen. So then you got to get the booster. And then you're boosted. Great. Cool. Good for you. Then what? We don't know. Look, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I had a very wonderful experience in Burlington, Vermont. It was great. I had a wonderful time. It was that week when all of the leaves were changing colors, and there are oranges and yellows and reds and greens. It was like a fucking Bob Ross painting. The venue we were at for this wedding, it was something out of a Disney story tale, but it was something out of a fairy tale. It was beautiful. And I didn't take a single fucking picture. Not one. I was too mesmerized. I took it all in. And I'm going to post up pictures on my social media that are from other friends at some point in the future. because it just looks so pretty. The leaves were falling at just the right moments, when the vows were being said. The birds were chirping, right on cue. Right on cue. Nature knew what was good. And it was seriously, it was emotional. It was the start of a brand new chapter in not only just in my life, but everyone else's life that was invited. Everybody's getting married. Except me. Everyone's tying the knot. I'm trying to find the next eighth to smoke. It's over. I looked like $1 million. I was wearing a tuxedo. I looked great. Let me paint the picture for you. Me, as you see me, in a tuxedo. I look like $1 million, yet somehow I still look like I sell drugs out of a van. Everybody called me the little tickler because I have this thing on my chin. It is one of Bob Ross's paintbrushes to help with this gorgeous picture. Half the people that were invited were filmmakers. So that saved the wedding a couple $1,000 for a videographer. Don't need a videographer. Everybody here's in production. Everybody has a camera. 2 drones. Not one, but 2 drones at this wedding. Taking these skyline views of lakes and trees. It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. I can't wait to see the final cut of that. It was beautiful. But that didn't come with some curveballs. Now, for some reason, I don't know why that is. Maybe it was because it was on Indigenous Peoples Day or Columbo Day, whatever. If there's a Columbus Day sale, do you just take it, whatever's in the store, and leave? Because that's what that's about, right? We just take things. We use the barter system. I don't know. Anyway, here's the point I'm trying to get to here. Vermont threw me for a curveball. For some reason, all the restaurants in town were open at 4 p.m. I guess we don't eat breakfast in Burlington, Vermont. Maybe it's because it was on a Monday, on a holiday. Fine. Don't take my money. That's okay. That's okay. I'll get outside and smoke a bunch of weed and sit in front of a lake and wait for a mythical lake monster to show up. Now, if you don't know about Burlington, Vermont has something that we call the American Loch Ness Monster in Lake Champlain, called Champy. A giant fucking dinosaur that's supposed to be swimming around in that river. When I was a little boy, I was 9 years old, and I was told by an old family friend, hey, there's a lake monster at the bottom of this lake. And he's there. It's like fucking aquatic Bigfoot or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I'm down. This is some legendary Pokemon shit. I'm down. I want to see the lake monster. 20 years later. 10 years later. Or whatever it was. I go to the lake. And I am looking for this lake monster. This bitch is going to come up for air sometime. We got drones floating around. We are looking for this motherfucker. We are on the hunt. And we found absolutely nothing. My dreams were crushed. Curveball number 2. I don't know. Should I talk about this? Should I talk about this in detail? Nah. Well, let me put it this way. Couples fight. Couples fight. And it had to happen. And it was the final test. For a second, it seemed like the wedding was in peril. Things were not going according to plan. Now, what do you do when the people that are getting married are fighting? What do? You do nothing. Now, when old men joke about arguing with their wives, they're just like, oh, I'm always wrong. And, I'll give you the short version. As a man and you're in a relationship, take the L. Just take the L. Be right in your own mind. Let her be right. Just let her be right. Just let it go. Squash it. Squash it. And as far as I know, whatever argument was going on, it's squashed, and that's good. And we all had a good time. I ate and slept the cleanest I had ever slept. I don't know what it is about aromatherapy or the fact that we were out in nature and it was just nothing but a good time. It was dark at night. I slept in a fucking attic. Why did my audio just pause? Nope, my audio is not paused. It's just my computer being slow. Hell yes! That means the vaccine is wearing off. My computer is not running as fast as it's supposed to go. Great. But there were it was crowded. It was crowded for some of the sightseeing that was going on. There was a lot of people in this small town, and I was informed about leaf peepers. Leaf peepers sounds way more perverted than it sounds way less perverted than it actually is. Dyslexia, am one I. Just lots of people taking pictures of the trees, including a lot of people at the wedding taking pictures of the trees. And I'm just standing there looking at it going, hey man, if you licked one of them, would you get maple syrup out of it? Dude, who's down for a fucking maple flavored creamy? Oh, had one of those for the first time. Holy shit, this ain't your MILF neighbor's froyo spot. This ain't your fucking drunk aunt's favorite dessert spot. It's their version of soft serve. They're called creamies. Ooh, so delicious, absolutely fucking delicious. Now, more about the wedding reception. It was beautiful. It was emotional. On the dance floor, I was invited to dance by a gilf. A gilf. That is grandmother's I would like to eat. Yeah, dude, that was weird because I'm not the dancing type. And she was like, well, I'm from Memphis, and this Memphis muff is trying to hit on me. Are you trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson? And she goes, I'm not a cougar, but I would like to dance with you. And I go, well, that's exactly what a cougar would say. I got your six, though. I'll dance with you. Nope. Turned my back. Ate food. Ate gluten-free cake. And sat there and watched everybody do the fucking mamba in tuxedos and dresses. People getting drunk. Now, the thing is, I don't drink. And I didn't want to bring any pot with me just because I wasn't sure about like bringing pot on the plane. I didn't want to risk it, you know. I'm not that around it, you know. I'm not that about it. But everybody's drinking, having a good time, and I just don't drink. I don't drink. I haven't had a drop in about 4 years and change, and I can be around other people that drink. Maybe a little liquid confidence would cheer me up, but I got problems with my stomach too. I can't handle it. And I was just the one guy hanging out with the old people talking about fucking baseball for 4 hours, you know, not dancing to the big party and all that. It was really something out of a Disney fairy tale. And I tried my darndest not to let the ever intrusive thoughts enter my brain. Because I had really sick thoughts going through my head on this otherwise beautiful day. And I don't know why I think these thoughts. I was thinking, what if all the groomsmen and the bridesmaids are walking down the aisle and a heel just gets stuck in the grass and it just becomes a whole fucking disaster and everything tips over. I have just every fake scenario playing in my head over and over again. What if someone passes out from the Delta variant on a table and breaks a bunch of glass? I'm thinking of just horrible situations and the fact that nothing really major went wrong. It felt like an even better day on top of that. Intrusive thought example number one. What if someone just fucking died? What if someone just fucking died? And I don't know why I thought it was funny in my head, but what if one of the older folks just suddenly passed? It's a terrible thought. I don't know why that's going through my brain, but it was. Because maybe I'm dissociating from really enjoying the happy moments. I don't allow myself to feel these emotions because I didn't want to cry or something like that. What is wrong with my brain? And while the rehearsal for the wedding was going on, I'm like halfway listening, playing music in my head that's not really there. The music is in my head. No one else hears it but me. And it's playing in a loop. It's the DVD menu music to Team America, World Police. Why is that in my head? I don't know. But it's helping me dissociate from the emotions that I should otherwise be feeling on this monumentous day. And truthfully, I felt great about it. But there was just that little voice in my head that was saying, hey, don't feel so much. Why am I not allowing myself to feel? Am I dead inside? I don't know. Maybe it's something to work out in therapy. But man, this fucking, and I don't travel too often, and I'm going to be going to LA next week. Oh, quick plug on show dates. If you're in the LA area, from October 17th to the 23rd, I will be in town doing shows. Sunday the 17th, I'll be at the Haha Cafe doing comedy with a showcase of other funny people at 7 o'clock. $20 at the door. Be there or be square. On the 19th, I'm hitting an open mic in Hollywood, which isn't really a show date, but it's at a good location. The Laugh Factory. I'm going to try and get in there. And I know it's a hard nut to crack, but I know I can do it. I just got to get there early enough. Hey, I don't have a fucking job right now. I'm taking time off over there. I got nothing better to do. I'll hit the old spots in the Valley on Wednesday and Thursday. Then I got a show on Saturday, the 23rd, Pan Pacific Park, Hollywood. 3 o'clock, I think it is. My first outdoor show. Gonna be weird. Because the person that organized it still does Zoom shows every now and then. But that's because, it's the Boomer Doomer and it's an older lady that runs it. And why are we still doing Zoom shows? Why? What purpose does that serve? Oh, we're going to get heckled by an internet connection failure? Oh, we're going to get heckled by a fucking dog barking? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? The world's open now. Why are we doing Zoom shows? This shoved so many careers down the toilet and opened the door for more because everybody left California to go try to get on Joe Rogan. And that's just a pipe dream. I might actually have to turn down a job at a comedy club in Dallas because I'm 95% sure that I'm going to move back to California. But I gotta see it for myself. I gotta see how much has changed. And I gotta do something. I can't stay here anymore. Oklahoma City's nice. It helped me get out of an emergency situation. But it's time to go. And if I'm going to truly have about 90 days left, I got to have more people on here. There's people that I want to talk to on the show and spit game, spit comedy, spit travel stories, spit podcasting angles, spit marketing stuff, life, that sort of thing. It's hard to bounce off of nothing. See, I'm not good at improv. It's hard to bounce. It's like I'm doing a show right now in front of no one. I've been bombing for 24 minutes right now. That's what this is. It's just a bomb for 24 to 25 minutes or whatever. And I have to get back on stage because I got to gear up for some shows. I can hit 2 open mics tomorrow, and I can polish the stuff and the things and get ready to do a kick-ass show because there's a lot of people that I know are going to go that are super excited. And if you guys are in the LA radio, dyslexic, we can't talk. Branding is hard to do. Anybody who is in the LA area, come see me. I will be harassing people on my social media accounts. I will be posting up stories. I will be doing all of that. I will be bothering people. People that didn't see me before, now you have a chance. You have a chance for this week back home before who knows? I might not move back. I might not. Who knows? But either way, it's all going to get figured out and it's all going to work out. I really have nothing to worry about. I'm fine. Usually I'd be dancing on the poverty line, panicking and looking for work, but I've stockpiled. I'm in a good place. I did a good move by getting out and saving my money and pretending to be poor. Psyching myself out into being poor. Still eating ramen and eggs and peanut butter and jellies. I psyched myself off. I became fake broke. Fake broke. Oh, you want to hang out? Or you want to go rock climbing, or you want to go to the axe throwing place? No, I got bills to pay. But truthfully, I could do it. But I'm also very socially anxious. because of my gut issues. And that's been a very slow process. But it's happening. While I was in Vermont, I don't know if it was just the environment or not, but I felt way better when I was over there. I felt healthier. I breathed cleaner air. No, I don't know what's going to happen, but we're all here for it. And just so you guys know, the viewers, the listeners, I'm trying something called the Wisdom app. Now, I'm recording this live on the Wisdom app right now to get people to like, comment, subscribe, go to my profile, follow me, listen to the Jaking Off Show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, wherever you can find podcasts. It's all there. Go to the Patreon, patreon.com/JakingOffShow. You can donate $1 a month to support the podcast. I invested a lot of money into this thing. And also, you get some perks. You get to see live game tape. Game tape of what, you say? Stand-up comedy. If you haven't heard of me or haven't seen me perform before, by donating as little as $1 a month, like a digital tip jar, you get to see my act and the stuff that I'm working on. It's not perfect, but you get to see the steps that I'm taking to make jokes funnier and other things of that nature. I haven't done a rant in a while. I got to write one up soon. I haven't done one in a while. Hopefully I'll be more inspired to do that, but I got to find a way to generate more traffic to the Spotify, to the YouTube, and I'm using the Wisdom app. We're doing a double recording. I'm doing this live on my phone, and then this episode will be on Spotify and all the major networks. Major networks. Who am I saying? It'll be on everywhere the next day or later tonight or something. We're doing something a little new. We're doing a little litmus test. Now, it says here that you can do ask guests to join. Now, I don't know anything about that. I can just go to all 60 listeners right here. Look at all these people. Look at all you beautiful people on here. What can I do? Let's just go with a random name. Just a random name. We don't even know who. Could I click this person and ask if they wanted to join? Nope. I don't really know how to do that. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I may be a millennial, but I have the technological prowess of a boomer. I don't know what I'm doing. But this is something we got to figure out. It says ask guests to join. There's a sleeping cat, and I don't know how anyone else could chime in or want to do that. I don't know if I have to change my settings. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. What's this? Nope, that was me muting myself on there. Nope, that wasn't it at all. Was that changing the title, edit tags, edit talk details, discard, save? See, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm staring at my phone. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But this is a new app. The Wisdom app. It's really cool. I suggest those who, if you're listening on somewhere else, you should give it a shot. If you ever wanted to do podcasting or talk to life coaches or find some way to get your shit together or whatever you want to use this for. Look, this isn't Clubhouse. I know what Clubhouse is. And this isn't Stereo app. But I have the advantage of getting this early and have this little blue check mark and get more traffic. And I don't know what purpose is that going to serve. And you can monetize this. You can do all sorts of cool stuff with this. And we're still figuring it out. 91 episodes into a podcast, and we're still figuring it out. We don't know what the fuck is going on. It's all a trial by fire. Let me tell you an interesting story before I go. And I might have told this before several episodes ago, but I'm going to tell it again. I, one time, booked a short film involving horses. It was like a Western involving horses. Now, I was asked to ride a horse across the camera several times. Now, I've never been on a horse. But the director walked up to me and said, "Hey, do you know how to ride a horse?" And I lied right to his face and said, "Yes, sir, I know how to ride a horse." And I got on the horse. Now, I don't know anything. I know absolutely nothing about horses, but I do know that if you have scaredy cat vibes or you're scared of the horse is going to be sketched out about you, and it's not going to trust you. And I walked right up to that horse and be like, "Hey, buddy, we're going to be best friends, and you're not going to kill me." And I got on the horse. I picked up the reins. I've seen enough movies to where saying "whoa" means stop. And the instructor told me, squeeze your thigh a little bit, squeeze your thighs a little bit, and give him a little kick, and he'll go. And he was following another movie horse. So I did it, and it all went great, and I looked like a professional. I looked like I had done it before. And in the back of my head, I'm shitting bricks. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And that's what we're doing with this podcast here. I'm just figuring it out as we go. We're adapting to new platforms, to new formats. We're changing stuff. I'm seeing how this is going to go. And I don't quite know how it's going to turn out. But we're just going to go. And we're going to see what happens. And whatever happens, it doesn't matter. We're not going to think. We're just going to blindly go ahead. And maybe we're not doing it right. Maybe I don't have the best equipment. Maybe I don't have, the clout or the followers or the views or whatever. 500 episodes from now, we'll be at a different spot. When I first started this, I didn't have 2 cameras. I don't have a guest with me today. It's just me. So it's just 1 camera for today. But there was we had 2 episodes where we had multicam for the first time. It took a longer time to edit, but you know what? It came out with a better product, and that's what I wanted. I started this out of a spare room in a clothes hoarder's apartment 2.5 years ago. It was 4 years when I moved there. And it was a mess. A god-awful mess. And I got out of that mess, and it was difficult to have to call about guests coming over because it's fucking COVID and we didn't know what we know, but I guess it's okay to be around people. I've had people come over and all that stuff. I'm very careful. I'm not too dirty, but there's a little bit of a clothes chair here. But I have a list of people that I'm going to have down before my time here in Oklahoma City is up. And then I will move on to that next chapter in my life. And that is to continue to swoop in and play the game of entertaining people and making people laugh in the entertainment capital in the world. Am I doing it for fame? Not necessarily. I keep that in the back of my head. I just want to get work. Because frankly, you know what? I'm kind of tired of being here because I was doing open mics in the same place, working with the same crowds and the same comics telling the same jokes. And you know what? It got really tiring. And the scene is fractured because of drama and other bullshit. And I didn't want to be a part of it. And I'm back here now, and I'm missing out on a mic right now, but that's okay. I'll just do a doubleheader tomorrow to just get myself warmed up for the gig to come. And that's it, and that's that. That's Jaking Off Show live on the Wisdom app. But for you guys, it's live to tape. It's going to be live to tape. And my phone is making noise. I did not turn it on silent. I'm a moron. All right. You guys, thank you for your time. I appreciate it very much. Make sure to follow on Spotify and YouTube and all those other places. Click the links in the description to check out the sponsors, Fnxfit and Liquid Death. Check it out on Patreon if you want to be a homie and help out with the production. I'll give you a shout out to your stuff if you got it. And throw me a bone and I'll help you throw a bone. And that way we all win. Everybody wins. That's, it's a give and take. I give out of my own Patreon money that I get, I give $5 to a comedian to help him support his thing. And, I give a little piece back and I get a little piece back to me. And that's great. That's great. That's what this whole thing is about. We support each other and we help each other grow. And that's it. We jake off at night. It's Jaking Off Show number 91 in the books. All right. 9 more till 100. We'll see where we're at by the time we hit 100. All right. Okay, thanks. Bye, everybody.